Oh, here's your Backstage pass.
Right, quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by Chef Lisa Dahl. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Welcome, my VIPs. You've got your Backstage Pass, and you are in, and get ready for some fun behind-the-scenes stories that you never would know or never hear about unless you tuned in here on Sedona's Backstage Pass, live every Saturday at 10 a.m. on KAZM 106.5 FM and 780 AM, and of course, always streaming live on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on mellowmountainradio.com. Remember, if you miss a show, you can always go back and listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon, YouTube. It just goes on and on and on. So I'm going to tell you what's going on right now on our events calendar, tell you what's happening here in Sedona for those of you who are going to be visiting, those of you who are residing in Sedona, and just want to do some fun stuff. So I have to mention that our events calendar is being sponsored by Sedona Ballet. It's a wonderful organization, a nonprofit one. And you can always visit sedonaballet.org and look at all the wonderful things that this organization is doing for Sedona artists, dancers specifically, choreographers. So sedonaballet.org. And I want to thank Winnie Munch, the executive director and the founder of Sedona Ballet, for being on board as our sponsor. So let's start off with the Mary D. Fisher Theater. That is the Sedona International Film Festival Theater, you guys. And there is another theater there, the Alice Gill Sheldon Theater. Beautiful theaters. We're going to get ready for our film festival in February. So excited about that, but that's a whole nother story. Let's talk about what's going on this week. So today, you still have time to go see the Met Live Opera. And it is a rare production of Bellini's masterpiece. I'm going to try and not crucify this name. It is I Pratani, I think. Pratani. That's probably how we say it. Okay, so there you go. The Met Live Opera. You can still catch it this afternoon, today, January 10th. Then tonight, and I have to tell you, I love this individual, Vismaya. For those of you who don't know Vismaya, go run to this show. It is so much fun. It's 7 p.m. at the Mary D. Fisher Theater. It's Songs from My Red Suitcase. And that is a wonderful show about Vismaya's journey in the music career that she's had and just her whole musical journey. Is a beautiful show. And you can always purchase tickets or all the events and all the films, if you want to, for all of them, just visit SedonaFilmFestival.com. And I have to mention that Monday, this coming Monday, January 12th, is my first reboot of my own music series called the In the Living Room Music Series. It starts this Monday, coming up January 12th. It's from 7 to 8:30. And this is kind of like the Actor Studio gone music. What does that mean to you? Maybe you remember the Actor Studio. It means that you get to ask questions of the artist while they're on stage performing. So they'll sing a couple of songs, and then you'll get to ask some questions. I'm going to be moderating. I'll ask questions too. Let's get to know these artists behind their music, and it's going to be twice every month. Very excited about this. It's definitely fun. Our very first artist is Susie Showmaker, one of the most talented singer-songwriter musicians in Sedona, if not around the whole country. Susie Showmaker is going to be with us in the Living Room Music Series, the very first one, having been on hiatus for, I would say, probably 10 years. So bringing it back at the Mary D. Fisher Theater, January 12th. Keep that in mind. So let's move on to something else that's going on a week from now, and that's January 17th. It's called Art in the Apple Shed. It's at the Sedona Museum, or rather the Sedona Heritage Museum. And there's going to be something like, I think I've got this right, 15 to 18 artists working live there with chamber music playing from a youth celloist, I believe. This is the coolest event ever. It's so cool. And you're going to see these artists in action. It's going to start very early in the morning. I believe 7:30, goes all the way till 2 p.m. It's called Art in the Apple Shed. For more information, and by the way, it's free, so bring your kids too. get over there. This is going to be so much fun. You can always take a look inside the Heritage Museum that day, because if you go to this, you can get into the museum with no admission charge. So, SedonaMuseum.org will give you all the information you need about that. Then I want to mention something very cool that's happening. If you're all out there wondering, especially if you're residents, and for those of you visiting, if you want to put a little volunteer time in to Sedona, this is the Volunteer Sedona and Verde Valley's Week of Service. And what do? Well, they're bringing in residents, neighbors, people who are visiting, partners together to do hands-on projects that support food security, environmental stewardship, animal care, and local nonprofits across Sedona and the Verde Valley. And I'm going to give you an idea of the list of the nonprofits. So if you want to volunteer some time, this is the coolest way to do that. I'm going to tell you how to sign up for it. The actual organizations you would be helping would be Project Rising Hope, City of Sedona Parks and Recreation, Sedona Community Food Bank, Oak Creek Watershed Council, the Verde Villages, American Red Cross, Coconino National Forest Service, Words and Warmth, which I have not heard of. That's very interesting to me. The Community Library Sedona, Humane Society of Sedona, Keep Sedona Beautiful, and the Friends of the Verde River, which is their 10th annual Verde River Cleanup. So how do you sign up for this? You go online and you go to V, as in Victor, VSVV.org/2026-volunteer-festival. You know what? If you just go to VSVV.org, which just happens to be the Volunteer Sedona and the Verde Valley. It's like, you remember, VSVV.org. You can get all the information about this wonderful festival. And this goes on January 13th all the way through the 19th. Great way to get involved, to give back to our community here in Sedona. And we really appreciate all of that help. So that takes care of what is going on for our events here in Sedona. So let's get to my next guest. As promised, in the last time that you heard Chef Lisa Dahl on this show, she is back. Every time we have 2 Saturdays in a month, I get to have Chef Lisa Dahl in the studio. It's like pure gold. So much fun to have you here. Thank you for being here again.
Oh, I love it.
And you have never stopped. You're just going.
It is. You know, I wonder if after all of everything is over, if I'm just going to kind of crash. But this has been a lot with the galas that were right in the middle between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I always say Thanksgiving is the hardest physical and mental exercise that we do throughout the year in the kitchens, etc. But then Christmas, Hanukkah, and decorating for these is unique, each one of them. You know, my brother, Jay Levinson, many people around town know Jay because after his tragic motorcycle accident, that he became a miracle boy. You know, he could have died when Caring Bridge took place during his accident. He had over 10,000 followers that supported him and watched over him.
We have to back up here. When did that happen? I did not know.
That happened now. It's now been 12 years.
12 years.
And it nearly stopped our world in its tracks. And I'm going to say I just made a mistake. It was 2012, and Jay was the manager of D&D. He took off, went up to the canyon. He and his motorcycle went down a cliff 25 feet.
No.
So my brother was airlifted and code blued 3 times. And the reason I say that the Christmas decorations, the Thanksgiving decorations, the Halloween decorations, they go on and on and on. When you walk into any of our restaurants, if you just saw one restaurant like Lisa in the Village or in West Sedona, and you saw the labor of love that he puts in, you wouldn't believe it. But then when you times 6, it's almost hard to imagine that someone who broke every single bone in his body, and even to this day has a hip that is damaged for life. And I won't go in. I don't want to make people sad, but many local people know Jay. They follow Jay. And then when my brother Ron moved here, over time, Jay got Ron to start helping with some of the physical. I always say to Jay, you get on a ladder and I'm going to pull out all the plugs, honey, because I don't want you on ladders. It's too dangerous.
Kidding.
But when people come into our restaurants and they go to Cucina Rustica and they look at the height of the mantles, and in the old days, my mother decorated all of the restaurants before she passed away. But her prime one was Cucina, because people that know Cucina Rustica know it's 4 rooms and an enormous bar. So that in and of itself is just a feat not to be believed. And we start always after Thanksgiving the next day. Well, Mom used to have Jay be her angel helper.
Oh, okay.
And so he knew what Mom loved. But because of Mom's clothing stores, decorating all of her windows and merchandising, we grew up with that. So Jay was always the one that was like the little angel assistant. Now, we need helpers. So this is also, think of next year, because we'll take any help we can get, because Jay really never should be on a ladder. He never should be doing the things that he does. He does get help from Ron, and I love that, but he takes on too many things himself. So when you go into Cucina Rustica, you bring your families, and it looks like you've walked into a fairy tale. I just can't even believe to tell you, every single chandelier has a special, it's not a wreath, it's like an arrangement over every sconce, every chandelier wrapped with love. And I said, if you buy one more decoration, I am going to disown you as my brother, because we actually have a storage unit that's almost the size of a city block. I'm not going to tell you where, but it's filled with special effects.
Wow.
So, you know, you're in show business.
Yes.
We're in show business.
Yes, you are.
And what we do is something that I don't think people realize, you know, how many layers. I always talk in layers, and people compliment me that they can taste the layers in my food, which is the highest compliment, that it's not one-dimensional, and it never will be, as long as I'm in business. But saying that, when you design a restaurant during a holiday, you want the guests to have layers of enjoyment. They walk in, they see your patios, they see the lighting, they see the things you're doing. They're bringing their children or their elderly families, and then they start to look around, and everywhere there's magic. Well, that's the sensory, and that is what is like special effects and set designing.
Totally.
And when you times that times 6 restaurants, I mean, I just honestly, I get goosebumps when I think of what it takes to wrap that ethereal. I have like silk streamers up in Dahl and DeLuca for many years, people know, around the chandeliers. And then Jay and Ron wrap them all in silver tinsels. And at New Year's Eve, they float metallic balloons, as they did for the 30th gala, with the streamers that come down and almost hit you at head level.
Right.
So you walk in and you walk to the entrance of the stairs, and you kind of go, you feel like you've gone to heaven. It takes your breath away.
So, I mean, I just have to say, and may I, every restaurant has its own personality and ambiance.
Yes.
Butterfly Burger, as those of you who had heard earlier, I had never been there, but Chef Lisa Dahl had Tom and I there, and it was wow. That's a wow place. I can only imagine what that looks like right now, or did during
what
the
he
holidays.
found years ago is he found these crazy, most fun things, and people want to buy them all the time, and sometimes we sell them. And I'm not going to give up Jay's sources, but he probably would. He's nicer than me. But he found these little world type of lit. They're like, remember how we were in love with the little snowballs in our childhood?
Yes.
And we shake them and the snow comes down.
The snow globes.
And each one is a scene.
Yes.
Well, now they've made those into like rectangular in different shapes. And each one in itself is like a world of whimsy.
Ooh,
and we light them. We have to change the batteries. We light them. So Butterfly Burger all around on every table is your own little snow globe.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, Jay brought in these Christmas trees, that little
those
glass,
Christmas trees.
Those
Yes.
little glass, they're like wonders in
I
themselves.
love them.
And
Those were a piece of Lisa. I looked at
Yes.
him and I went, I want one of those. Because that is the cutest, coolest thing ever.
If Shondra, you were the MC at the event at Piece of Lisa,
Yes.
which was completely decorated for Christmas.
in the village.
If you saw that one restaurant and you saw all that House of Rice stuff that he had every inch of that restaurant, would you even wonder how could somebody do that much decoration for one restaurant?
It was absolutely beautiful. So I come into setup.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around and I'm like, whoa, this is intense. And here's what got my attention. I'm pulling gear out of my car, right? And I'm pulling it in because I'm there early. I get there at 9:30. The party started at 11:30, but I wanted to make sure everything's working. It's all good. It's a very big party.
You're very pro.
And so anyway, I'm taking these out and I'm hearing this like, and I'm like, what in the world is that? And I'm looking around, and then I finally look behind me, and by the door there is a Santa sleeping and snoring.
You know,
and I was like, oh my gosh. So every detail, every little thing.
When I walk by that Santa's snoring, so at the end of the night, sometimes I'm casing the place, right? I'm known to sneak in when they least expect me. And I'm going, where's that noise coming from? What is that? And it's going,
no, I mean, it's so bizarre. It's
so
like, it was
cute.
really cute. And I'm thinking, but it's bizarre if you don't know what it is. Yeah. I'm like, what is that? It's kind of sort of like snoring, but then there's like a, like that. And I'm like, what is that? And I'm thinking, are they playing that? And outside on speakers? Not you, but just the whole place. No, right in front, right on the front door. There's a Santa sleeping, snoring.
Exactly.
Oh my!
In a little teeny,
like
a little
crib.
Santa crib.
No, it's hysterical.
I mean, Jay is. I can't imagine how much fun. Guess what I found?
What?
I happened to be in Santa Fe, and I found a Christmas shirt, kind of the Tommy Bahama type.
Okay.
And it has, like a silk short sleeve, but it has the whole Christmas thing, Christmas symbols and ornaments and things. And I got it for Jay for Christmas.
Oh, gosh.
And
Did he flip?
Flipped out because then he gets to go around decorating in his Christmas shirt.
I love that. No, he's such a great guy. No, he really is.
And Ron is too, but I have to say, and I don't mean but, they only started doing this together in the last 2 years. And I must say that I felt like my mother, and this really does bring tears, just probably was shedding a tear or else just high-fiving in heaven, knowing that the little frickin' frack, Jay and Ron, were helping each other with the chores. And,
so it is kind of like the family thing of they're very different.
Yes, they're very, very different, and you just can't imagine the differences. But one thing they had in common, they loved Mom more than anything, and they, when Mom and Dad got to live in Sedona for a period of time, my dad died a number of years prior to Mother, but Mom was the decorating queen. And so when I saw the silver angels, she had these silver angels that look almost like space people. They're really cool.
Wow.
And they're cucina. And I saw them just recently, and I was like, you know what? Mom is here, and the boys are living vicariously through her.
So wonderful.
And that's my message always, and always on my menus during the holidays. There's always a salutation that I keep that says, just because they are departed from us here on earth does not mean that they're not still with us right here, living through us. And that is something that keeps people from feeling despair and loneliness in the holidays.
Especially around the holidays. Well, thank you for being here. This was delightful. Please, please, please go visit all 6 of Chef Lisa Dahl's restaurants. They are absolutely fabulous. And I do have to say, Piece of Lisa in the Village is completely different than the one in West Sedona. The one in West Sedona feels to me a little bit more, although you have the rock and roll hallway, a little bit more rocky, a little bit more of a tavern-y feel to it. It's really
It's an
different.
old Pizza Hut.
Oh, it's the coolest thing ever.
And it's a teeny little box that people just adore.
Oh, it's wonderful. And then, you could sit at the bar.
Yes.
Bar is small, but you could sit there, and it's really cool watching the pizzas being made. And then the one in the Village is like something that golfers would go to. It's very open. It's white. I
But
love
it's
the
Party
chandeliers.
Central.
It is Party
But it's
Central.
Party Central because just like you saw at the party, we move the tables
Yes.
and you've got a big open spot.
It's wonderful.
Double ovens. But see, that's where we do large volume takeout. People want 20 pizzas at a time. They must get them there. The baby pizza oven can't do it. So the two ovens, but all the things that we promote for Super Bowl, and I'd like to talk about that on the next time, but Super Bowl foods that you can pick up, meatballs, hummus, etc. But the things that we do there, Soup Hope is always available, and Tuscan tomato in the freezer section. Now I'm starting to put our lasagnas and our empanadas in the reach-in freezer.
Ooh.
I don't have that in the west side of town.
You don't.
Because I don't have space.
No, I know. And here's the thing, guys. If you want to try, and you should try it because it's so delicious, Soup Hope is there. It's in the refrigerators. They are frozen, and what you do is just stick it in a pan. I did it. You don't have to add water. It's absolutely
Do not
fabulous.
add anything.
By the way, it's really good cold too.
You're crazy. I don't want to even talk about that.
I know, but I'm going to tell you, I could not
Are you
wait.
kidding?
No, I took a spoonful as it was
come
melting in the
on.
pan.
Oh, you're nuts. No, and I
was
don't think you need to
good.
melt it in the pan. Why not put it in the fridge and defrost
Yes,
it
you
a
can
day?
do that.
Or in cold water because
Yes.
it's in the airtight container.
Yes.
Then it defrosts naturally. But the important thing
Loved
is
it, though.
never nuke it. And the other is let it come up to its boil and then some for a few minutes and watch it change, because when you have slacked something after you're defrosting, it goes through that coming back up, and your flavors with a frozen soup are 10 times more than if you just took it right out of the pot.
I'm going to tell you, this is great soup. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I only wish I had kept my bowl. Dang
Well,
it.
you can get as much as you want, but to have a soup that's vegan and plant-based and gluten-free.
Yes.
And anyone that buys it, they come to the Village and they buy it. And I just had that happen recently with someone that didn't know that we had it. And she tried it and she said, "Oh my God, I do not believe this," because many people, gluten is a factor, vegan is a factor. But yet it tastes as if it was cooked with meat.
Yes, it's
and it
hearty.
wasn't.
It's hearty.
Exactly.
And it's so good.
Exactly.
And so I'm a major soup person.
Yeah.
And
And
this
many
is
people
great.
are.
Yes. And it's so nurturing. And to me, it's a comfort food. And this is the greatest soup. And you can buy it there. And a big portion of it goes to the forgotten people.
Of course.
I mean, seriously, I could not believe the stories I was hearing from Dr. Lee. I just could not believe it.
No, it's
I mean,
hard to imagine.
the Navajos or the Dene are still hauling water and boiling the water. It's like, it just shocks me.
Over wood.
I mean, oh no, it's absolutely
It's
mortifying
many
to me.
people don't realize.
Right. So what you're doing is so genuinely good.
Thank you.
I mean, thank you so much for that. And also I want to mention you have olive oil. You have the darn cutest aprons in the world. Love the aprons. I tied up a lot of men that day.
Yes, you did.
In aprons, of course.
Ooh, and they loved it,
It was
Shondra.
so much
They
fun.
loved to get tied up.
Yes, and the wine. We
Oh,
sold
the
a lot
wine, the
of
GSM wine. We'll talk about that, and maybe on the next segment. It really would be important to talk about. There was something that came about right before the galas that I would like to share on another segment.
We will do
because
that.
we will have it for sale. But I got a story about why it's not for sale quite yet.
Okay, that's good. But this is a brand new label. It's Lisa's label. And I'm going to tell you, it sold like hotcakes. People were picking up the wine. I was really pushing the wine.
Yes.
People were they were responding, buying a case. It was incredible. The olive oil, too.
The extra virgin olive oil is an organic, and I can't always get that in the organic. But this is the Greek olive oil that I've chosen. Years ago, it won the Gold International Award. It's available in the perfect bottle size. I have one every single day on my counter because not only do I fry every egg in it, do I heat every leftover, but I'm now doing something that I hadn't done before. I'm taking a tablespoon before bed for skin, for hair, for other things I won't mention on air. But, at I think it's $22 for a bottle of extra virgin olive oil, and you don't have to go into the big store, available in West Sedona and in the Village. And I have a ton of it because I think that if somebody gave me a bottle of oil for a holiday gift or a birthday gift, it's better to me to get that than even a perfume or something else.
Way better than a perfume.
I love olive oil.
Yeah, let's not talk about perfume.
On the day before I wash my hair, and my ends are so brittle in the winter, I just take a little in the palm of my hand, rub it in my ends, let it sit on overnight, wash my hair in the next day, and it helps it so much be.
Okay, I need to get some of your olive oil. Yes.
It's well priced. It's the real
It is
deal.
Good. That's good.
But what you mentioned about the wine,
yes,
it's called Passionista de Sedona. We have a trademark. It's our very first, our own label. First time ever we have private label. We will be getting other varietals, but this wine was voted by the Somm Journal and the tasting panel with 96 points.
Wow.
And it's going to be available at retail at a discount of restaurant prices, just to make it as it should be. Always when you have a wine in a restaurant, you have the servicing and things of that nature. So, of course, this is very user-friendly pricing. But I've not had one person that has tasted this wine, which is called a GSM, Grenache Syrah Mourvedre, from Paso Robles. No one has tasted it ever that said that they didn't want to buy a bottle or a case.
Wow.
So the Village of Oak Creek, Pisa Lisa, is where the outlet will be, because you can only have one domain with the Arizona Liquor Board.
Oh,
so you can't buy it from a restaurant. Your license doesn't allow that. You have to spend a fortune to have an outlet. It has taken a year. And now that we have the private label wine, they'll be able to buy that as well as other wines from that location only, but we can ship it in Arizona.
Wonderful.
And we've been held back because the fingerprints were smudged by our police department. But we will have it very soon, and people can inquire, because at each restaurant, we're keeping the list of the people that have said they want to be on the mailing list.
Good.
To be able to get it when it is available. We'll contact them.
Fantastic. You're offering so much. I love it. I think I'm going to need to bring a very large shopping bag.
Yes.
I mean, I'm really going to have to just stock up. I'm going to have to get it all, because I may have to try
Why
it all.
not? Why not?
And the apron.
And you were drinking the Tuscan tomato soup, you told me on the way
Loved
home.
it.
I thought you said
Yes,
that.
I did. I loved that. And
That's always available.
Oh, it's
and so
fantastic.
just one party thing for people to think of. Everybody puts out all the typical things, the wings, all the stuff everybody loves. But have you ever given someone a cup of soup when they come in the door?
and
and
that's such a good idea.
It's such a fun thing. You take a little small espresso cup or a coffee cup and say, hey, want to try my soup of the season? You garnish it.
Oh, I love that.
Tuscan tomato soup with a little pesto or extra virgin olive oil. It's liquid love.
I love that. Okay, we're going to leave on that note. Remember, a little tiny cup of soup as people come in. Thank you, Chef Lisa Dahl, for all of this. Thank you for sharing everything about the restaurants. And, of course, you'll be back next month in February. So everybody stay with me.
Valentine's.
I know, I'll be right back. And, yes, Valentine's. We'll leave you on that. All right, everyone, I'll be right back.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Okay, I am so excited to have my next guest on. This is a moment for me because I have been kind of secretly following this gentleman around, not physically following him, but just kind of like looking and seeing what he's doing. And then he'd show up somewhere at a chamber meeting or something, and I have him in the studio. Mark Short, thank you for being here. Everybody knows you here in Sedona as the marketing and media guru. That's how I would describe you.
Thank you so much, Sandra. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's so good. You know, I got you out of the cave.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. It's like, how many times do you come out of the cave? That's what I want to know.
Rarely. Trying to get out more and more, but I'm glued to my art studio.
I know. It's incredible. Now, I don't know if a lot of people know your background. They don't really know you. So I'm excited to ask you a whole bunch of questions because, you know, get to know you as well. First of all, I know right now that you are the marketing director at the Sanctuary of Sedona, which I don't know many people know that either. Can you tell us about that gig and what's going on over there?
Sure. Yeah, the Sanctuary of Sedona is a integrative, holistic drug rehab and trauma healing center outside of Sedona in Cornville.
Okay.
And we have 48 employees there, and 8 people live on campus full time.
Amazing.
That take care of all our clients.
Wow. Do people come and stay for a really long time, or is it usually just a month? Or I'm just curious.
30 days or longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen a lot of success stories out there.
We have a lot of success stories. If you go to our Google My Business page, you can see all our 5-star reviews. It's pretty impressive how people heal from going to the sanctuary.
That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But you know, you have this vast knowledge of not only marketing and media. And by the way, for those of you who are listening who attend the Sedona International Film Festival, all those posters, the program is gorgeous. That cover is yours, right?
For the last 18 years, I've done the cover.
That's amazing. And there's another one, right, with Cause?
Yeah, Discover Sedona magazine.
Right. And what other magazines? Anything else?
I would say that's the magazines I'm working on right now.
I mean, it's a big gig. And you're doing the other one, too. Wow.
Yeah, I just completed the latest Sedona Film Festival poster.
Oh, yeah? I can't wait to see that. I know. It's like, we have a movie that we have submitted to the film festival. It took 6 long years to make it, but we just did it in July and snuck right in the week right before deadline. So we'll see if it makes it into the film festival.
I hope to see it at the film festival.
Thank you. Me too. And a lot of other people, I think. So let's talk about your background because you are an artist and your medium has been animation, right?
Well, I would say I started off as a fine artist. I went to a special art school in high school.
Oh.
And I found my love for art then. And then it just continued throughout the rest of my life. And I went to college for fine art painting.
Oh, okay.
And so things evolved throughout my life. Now I'm into both mixed media, painting, and digital.
So you are painting currently?
Yes.
Are you actually painting with brushes or is it digital painting? Okay.
Brushes.
Wow.
And silk screen.
Do people buy your works?
Funny you should say that. I have an interview with a gallery today, right after the show.
Oh, this is a good day. Okay, I'm sending you good mojo.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's get Mark out there. Because nobody knows that. I don't think a lot of people know, right?
Yeah.
That you've done this. And you were also a teacher. You were a professor at a university.
Yes.
Same university you went to
Yes.
was the Art Institute in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Wow. That's good. And that's unusual, isn't it? When you're a student and then all of a sudden you come back as a teacher?
Yeah, it was very unusual. And one day I was walking in the streets of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And one of my old professors, we ran into each other on the street. And he asked what I was doing. And I said I was working in 3D animation and creating these characters and scenes for movies. And so he said, well, we're just starting up this new program, 3D animation, at the Art Institute. Would you like to come in for an interview? And so I've worked there for 8 years after that, and it was one of my favorite jobs.
Now, wait a second. You are walking the streets of Philadelphia, and you meet this person. They don't even know your background, that you went to school there.
No, he was my professor.
Oh, he was your professor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I need some tea. Anybody have any? I don't drink coffee, but Ryan, do we have any tea? Wake me up. Wake me up. Okay, good. All right. So, wow, that is amazing. So it was because of the 3D art and all the animation you were doing at the time. And then you have students who have gone on to do some pretty amazing things.
Yeah, I had a lot of students that went on to work for Industrial Lights and Magic, Disney, Digital Domain. They're a big defunct visual effects studio that were around for a long time. They were innovators. Beavis and Butthead, Family Guy.
Industrial Light, is that George Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like a compound when you go.
Yeah.
Wow. I have a friend who ended up storyboarding for them.
Awesome.
A really, really good artist. And yeah, that was a kick. He was actually an actor first. And you know how I don't have to tell you what that world is like.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going for, got to be diversified, right? So you got to really do this stuff. But he was a wonderful, wonderful artist. So you've got students and are you still in touch with these people?
A few. Actually, I ran into one of my students, Sean, uptown a few years ago.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Him and his girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, what brought you to Sedona? Because you were in New York, were you?
I was on the East Coast, and I was working in the fashion industry in New York City. I was working for Saks Fifth Avenue, Nine West Shoes, Bloomingdale's as an art director. And then 9/11 happened, and then all the work, well, the city was in shambles, actually. And then the work dried up. And then me and my ex-wife, we were just looking for a new place to live. And I was offered a job in Phoenix, so we both flew out here. And we really didn't resonate with Phoenix, so we rented a car, and we were on our way to the Grand Canyon. And we fell in love with Sedona and bought a house the next day.
Wow. It all worked out.
Yeah, perfectly.
You've seen a lot of change. Like, what year was that? That was in the 90s, was it? Or was it in the 2003, I think
2003,
I
moved here in 2003,
Yeah, so we've all seen change. Tom and I came here in 2002. We were right before you. You probably came in right afterwards, yeah. Well, you hit the ground running, I think.
Yeah, I love Sedona.
Yeah, what were you doing when you first got here in 2003?
Well, when I first got here, I was doing advertising for Amara Resorts.
Oh, okay.
I worked for a lot of the resorts in Sedona. Did a lot of marketing, did a lot of printing of all their marketing materials, things like that.
So did you went and met everybody and did the whole rounds and all of that? Show up.
Well, I met this woman, Jennifer Wesselhoff.
Oh, yes.
And
I love Jennifer.
She helped me out a lot.
That's great. I love it.
And I worked for the Chamber for 8 years.
Oh,
and I did marketing and graphics for the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. Yeah, the Chamber's great.
Yeah.
And Jennifer at that time was not the CEO at the time.
No,
she was
Char Beltran, I believe.
I know. Yeah. And then she left, and then she handed it off to Jennifer.
Yes.
Now, Jennifer left us, and, she went to Park City.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to Jennifer Wesselhoff. We love you.
Yes, we do.
And, wow, that's amazing. So I'm going to back up just a little bit. You're there when 9/11 happens. Were you in the city when that happened?
No, I was on my way to work, and I was listening to the Howard Stern show.
Okay.
And he was like, plane hit the World Trade Center, and so I called my boss and called everybody, and we were just in disbelief.
Yeah, I remember that day. Everybody remembers that day and what they were doing. So now, did you know anybody that got injured or anybody that was affected in that area of New York when that went down?
I don't. But as a kid growing up, my grandmother worked in the World Trade Center, and I used to go climb on the roof all the time and saw the King Kong movie being filmed there.
Wow.
And have a lot of fond memories of the World Trade Center.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. So now, I would just say, what I've been following is all of the AI visuals that you've been putting out on Facebook and Instagram. For those of you who have been following, like I have, Mark Short and all these incredible things that you've been doing. I remember seeing something not too long ago where a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon, was chasing after you. And boy, did that get my attention. I was like, I've never seen anything like that before. It was movie quality.
Yes. Yeah, I think the new AI tools are just another tool in the artist toolbox. Mm-hmm. And now what would take a 3D visual effects artist weeks or months to create, we could create now in a matter of days.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you've been working on a movie yourself, haven't you?
I work on a few movies, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything you can talk about at all?
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the work I do is in the advertising realm, I would say.
Okay.
Shorts for advertising.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very cool. What is the biggest gig you have ever had? Like something that is just like, wow, that's on your resume. You've done it. Super Bowl commercial or anything like that? Or
put me on the spot here,
Sandra. I am.
I would say working for Nine West Shoes, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, that's huge.
Fashion Week in New York City. I did the Fashion Week in New York City for a couple of years.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So you went to all these things, too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Can I just touch your sleeve?
Yeah, I was an art director for those companies and saw the inner workings of the fashion industry and loved every minute of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Loved everyone I worked with.
That's great.
We had so much fun.
That's wonderful. Yeah. It's good to hear. You know, Tom did a lot of emceeing for fashion shows in his youth in Los Angeles, and he worked with some pretty big models that ended up being really famous. I think Cheryl Teagues was one of them. I forget. But the thing is, he saw that they weren't treated well, you know? The models now I'm talking about, because it's a very quick, it's a very young career, and there's just so many models, right? Or young girls that want to become models.
Yeah, you hear a lot of stories like that, and I never experienced that side of the business. I was always the one that was dressing them or getting them ready for the photo shoot.
Okay.
So we always had cordial interactions.
Yes.
But some of those women went on to be superstars also.
Yeah, who did you work with?
Oh, Shalom Harlow. She was a pretty famous model at the time. She became like Sports Illustrated, Victoria's Secret.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain demeanor. You have to be okay. You know, it's like anything. In my business, you have to be a little tough-skinned. And the thing is, young girls don't, you know, when they're like 14, 16, because I'm sure some of those gals they had to be underage, right? Some of those gals.
Well, I wasn't part of the teens fashion. I was more of the adult fashion for evening gowns, dress, shoes, bags, and belts.
Okay. I like it. The accessories.
Which
makes the outfit, of course.
Yeah.
You buy a pair of shoes, you have to get the outfit now. You know, sometimes it works that way. So tell me something, it's the most outrageous thing you ever saw in your career. Like, tell us something that is just, I want to know a little behind the scenes of your industry. I really don't know much about what you've done. I mean, it's amazing to me. Love it.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
I would say I was at a John Waters party in New York City,
Okay.
which was outrageous if everybody knows John Waters films.
Yes.
He is just outrageous and so much fun to be around. And, I don't know. Is this rated? What is this? Rated R?
You have to kind of watch it a little bit, but you could make an innuendo of something. We don't want to get anyone in trouble either as far as names or anything, but you saw a lot.
Yeah.
I take it.
Just a lot of fun going on.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Legal fun.
Legal and illegal.
And illegal. Okay, so those parties are for real.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the art scene is really wild
Yes.
in New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was Andy Warhol still living when you were there?
Yes, and I'm a super huge fan of Andy Warhol. I've never been to the factory or met Andy Warhol, but I love Andy Warhol, and that's an inspiration for some of the art that I create when I silk screen.
Okay. All right. So you're silk screening for your own companies or companies that are actually
Just my own fine art.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. You're doing a lot of great things. And I might add, if you want to know about Mark, you can always visit SedonaAdvertisingAgency.com. You can find out all that Mark is up to. And then, of course, visualgraffiti.com with all these amazing characters that you've created. And I mean, I have seen aliens doing things in Sedona that I don't know. There's one alien is up to some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the drumming out in the Red Rocks and a lot of girls around that alien.
Yeah, well, the aliens love the Sedona women.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it was like, wow, I think I see 3 pregnant women with an alien. That was really quite fascinating. But we all know that there are aliens here, so why not? So what is it that you really what would be the big dream now? Because you've done so much. Like in a perfect world, what would you want? What would be the thing that would just turn bright lights on in your life, career-wise?
I would say doing graphics for the Sphere in Vegas.
Ooh, okay.
I've seen 4 shows there now, and it just blows my mind, that technology and what they're doing there. And the sound, they have like 160,000 speakers in the Sphere.
What?
And the sound's insane. They have seats that have bass in the seat. It's really wild.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you've been to Disneyland, I'm sure, probably a zillion times, maybe. Or
Only once when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
In Florida, yeah.
Okay, because they've got these theaters, or they have at least one theater, where it's 3D, of course, and then you're sitting. You can feel it. You can smell it. It's a full sensory experience, right? Is that kind of like what I've never been to the Vegas Sphere. Really?
I hear The Wizard of Oz. I haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, but I hear that's more of a sensory experience with wind and things falling out of the sky and smells. Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So when you've seen these shows, like what shows did you see? Just curious.
I saw U2.
Okay.
Dead and Company, Anima, and Insomniac.
Okay. And so they're so 3D, they're right in front of you, or how does this work?
It's
I
just,
don't know.
It's like an immersive environment of visuals and sound.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So for you, this is like the ultimate.
Yeah. It's definitely the ultimate canvas.
I guess. Where did they do their work? Do you know? I mean, how does that?
Yeah. They have a mini sphere in LA.
Okay.
Where they create and test everything on. And I just saw the Insomniac. They were doing everything in 3D in real time, which is pretty revolutionary when you consider the Sphere is like a 16K visual canvas.
Okay.
And doing things in real time takes a lot of processing power.
So when you say real time, are they using people? Are they hooking up people and they're doing it that way?
No, I would say it's all computer graphics on a computer that they're creating objects to the beat of the sound, lasers to the beat of the sound, visuals to the beat of the sound, things like that.
So when they were working with U2, how are they doing that? Because those are real people.
Yeah, with U2, they had some pre-recorded visuals, which were amazing, but they also were using cameras on the stage and projecting the U2 band up on the sphere.
Okay.
And I would say the U2 was probably the least graphically impressive out of all the shows I've seen, because they were the first and they were just getting to know how to work with the sphere.
Right.
And my favorite was Anima, and he's an electronic artist.
Oh,
and he had
okay.
like a electronica opera.
Wow. I have no idea what that means. I'm like, I have no clue. That's very, very interesting. So with stuff like that, it's coming at you, and
Yeah.
there's things that are right in front of you. Is that how it works? Or
Yeah.
Is it shocking?
Yes.
Is it scary?
It could be.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you're like in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so
It's
amazing.
crazy. Okay, I can't believe that we've run out of time. I can't believe, will you come back and tell us more stories? I want to know
Sure.
about the gallery today.
Sure.
And you have to text me and let me know.
I will.
And then I'll let everyone know. And then I also want to know what you're up to and what you're doing and all of that good stuff, and have you come back and talk. I would love to see you get that gig in Las
thanks.
Vegas. That'd be so
Yeah.
much fun. Oh my gosh. Of course you're going to invite all your friends out,
Absolutely.
right? Okay. So remember, if you want to check out what Mark Short is doing, visit SedonaAdvertisingAgency.com and also visualgraffiti.com. Great stuff. You're just doing some wonderful things. And thank you so much for being here, Mark.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Sandra. It's been a pleasure.
It's been so much fun. Okay, you guys stay with me. I'll be right back. Wow, what a fun show. You know, I feel so grateful to have this wonderful podcast here at KAZM 106.5 FM and 780 AM. And I want to thank my engineer and my producer, Ryan Thompson. You are the best. Makes my shows sound fantastic. Also, the owner of the station, Chuck Helstein. Thank you, Chuck, so much for everything. And, I just,
Were you going to thank your sponsors or your guests?
John?
I'm still here.
You're here?
Yes,
What are you
because I
doing
want
here?
to talk about Sedona Red Rock High School sports.
Oh, right. Okay, quickly.
Yes, okay, quickly. I've been doing sports announcing for Red Rock High School for 20 years, and I announce volleyball, basketball, and football. And it is just such fun doing that for the students. It's all about the kids.
It is.
And I love just making a kid's day when I announce their name on the loudspeaker for making a good play.
So
and
good.
it just is such a feel good. We have a doubleheader coming up, so you
Okay.
better get here.
This is good. So remember, the voice that you hear at the high school, Red Rock High School, yep, that's John at those sports events.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, John. You can just stay here with me as we leave here. I want to thank my sponsors, Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, Sedona Ballet, love you guys, and my presenting sponsor, Chef Lisa Dahl and the Dahl Group. Thank you all. Without you, I couldn't do this and have John here with me this whole time. So anyway, we're going to sign off together. Remember, every Saturday at 10 a.m., I'll be here. Get your VIP pass out, and we're going to listen to great stories behind the scenes of Sedona. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com.
Here's more of Backstage Pass with Shondra, brought to you by Chef Lisa Dahl.
What a fun show today. I know I say that every Saturday, but I really do feel this way. I love my guests. I mean, Chef Lisa Dahl and Mark Short. It's great fun. Do you hear that? You know what that means. If you've been listening to the show, it's time for my shameless Shondra spot. So I've spoken to everybody about this before. I'm so excited. I want to mention it here on this spot today. I am going to be leaving for Canada in a few days. Very excited. It's Edmonton, Canada. I'm heading off, and it is to perform and MC and also do one of my confidence workshops for the Elevated Life event. That's happening on January 18th. The whole thing starts with authors, female authors that will be in the big event on January 18th. So I'll be conducting my confidence workshops. For those of you who don't know, I am a confidence coach, and I'm also a voice and acting coach. So this is exciting to be able to do this in Canada. And I will be performing on January 18th, as well as emceeing and just all original material. There's all these keynote speakers coming in. Like, for instance, one of them is Sunny Dawn Johnson. She's fantastic. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about getting your 2026 started in the right direction, getting you just involved with its international gathering. We're connecting together. We're going to build up the energy. It's just going to be such a powerful thing. I'm sure there's going to be some meditation. There's going to be a concert by me. I'm just thrilled. So if you want to know more about this event, maybe you might want to come to it. You can still do that. And all you have to do is visit bonnieworth.ca. I'm going to spell it for you. It's BONNIEWIRTH.ca. All right, standing for Canada, of course. And make sure you check it out. Elevated Life, January 18th. I'll see you there if you decide to go. What a fun show this was. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I cannot believe this. I'm going to tell you, this is our 37th episode. Last week I had it wrong. It was the 36th episode. Gosh, where did the time fly? Here we are in 2026, and I just want to thank my sponsors. Without them, I couldn't do this. I want to thank Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, Sedona Ballet, and my presenting sponsor, The Dahl Group. Chef Lisa Dahl, thank you so much. And the Dahl Restaurant Group, fantastic. All my sponsors. I also want to thank my engineer, my producer. I'm waving to him right now in that big glass box that I look at with all of the dials and the fun stuff. I'm so glad I don't have to do it. Ryan Thompson, thank you for everything that you do. You're incredible. And also the owner of KAZM, and that is Chuck Helstein. Thank you, Chuck, for all that you do. Remember, we are here on Saturdays at 10 a.m. You can always check us out live streaming on MillowMountainRadio.com. And if you have radio and you want to listen there, like in your car, and you'd rather listen to the radio, you can go to 106.5 KAZM FM and 780 AM. And always check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We're everywhere. Okay, thank you so much. Get your VIP pass ready for next Saturday at 10 a.m. for Sedona's Backstage Pass. I'll see you then.